development agenda.
In line with this year's theme, we recognize the imperative to transition labor from less productive sectors to those that are more dynamic and technologically advanced, fostering a labor market that is innovative and responsive to the needs of a rapidly evolving global economy.
In the Gambia, the day is observed through sporting activities, preceded with a march past and speeches delivered by the stakeholders. Sports such as athletics, track and field events, pillow fight, Gracie pole climbing, and tug of war, amongst others. The Minister of Youth and Sports, Bakari Y. Baji, called on institutions and companies to invest in sports.
We want to call on institutions to invest in sports, adopt any sporting facility in the country, and invest in its development. And you would have the branding rights of your company in those infrastructures. That is one way for us to celebrate ourselves and celebrate our successes in sport in the recent years.
One of the workers celebrating the day is Abu Mas, a senior health officer at the Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital. Mr. Mas says there is a need for the introduction of minimum wage, which will at least commensurate with realities of the market.
As we all know, Gambia is a buoyant economy and it's a free market. So the salary in contrast to the daily living, there is a parasitic difference. Because to me, worldwide, Gambia is the least paid country when it comes to salary. We just sacrifice because it is service rendering country. So it's not a country that is embarked on entrepreneurship or a lot of businesses or a lot of companies here. But because we want to make the ends meet, but the salary definitely is too small.
Introducing a minimum wage system, better working conditions, and strong labor laws to protect workers' rights have been the demands of workers across the globe who sometimes stage peaceful protests, passing on resolutions for governments and employees to act. Mamadou Gajaga, QTV News.
Wishing all Gambian workers and beyond a happy Labor Day. From that story by Mamadou Gajaga, we will now go for a short commercial break, and when we come back, the news continues. Do stay.
The Gambia is proud to host the 15th OIC Summit on the 4th and 5th May 2024, the second largest gathering of world leaders, kings, presidents, rulers, prime ministers, along with delegates from 57 member countries of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation will gather in our beloved nation for this historic event. The theme of the summit is enhancing unity and solidarity through dialogue for sustainable development. It's a platform to foster cooperation, promote peace and drive sustainable development across the Ummah and the world at large. We call on all Gambians to unite and support the government as it strives to host a memorable and successful event. Let's showcase our hospitality, culture and the beauty of the Gambia to the world. Join us in making history. Let's stand together, united as one, to ensure the 15th OIC Summit in the Gambia is an event to remember. Together, we can make a difference.
The third edition of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation Investment Forum will be held in the Gambia under the auspices of His Excellency President Adama Barrow and the OIC Secretary General on Thursday, 2nd and 3rd May 2024 at the Carabao Hotel.
Welcome, ahlan wa sahlan, welcome to Banjul.
The golden opportunity to the smiling coast of Africa will bring together presidents of international financial institutions, including ISDB, AFDB, Badia, Afrexim Bank, Fagas, and others. The Investment Forum will also convene the highest level of economic and investment actors across the 57 OIC member countries from both the public and private sector to explore investment opportunities in the Gambia and promote economic growth and job creation. All that in these will include senior government actors, 60 top international investors, employers' federations, chambers of commerce, professional associations, bankers, and insurers.
We welcome the investors to come and invest into the Gambia. We are open for business.
Don't miss the chance to be part of this transformative process.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV News live from the OIC venue in Bijilo, and I am Jenna Bosonko. Now, still on local news, at a press conference on Tuesday organized by the People's Democratic Organization for Socialism and Independence, the party Secretary General, Honorable Halifa Sallah, denounced the fact that the country does not celebrate April 24th, also known as Republic Day, the day the Queen of Britain ceased being the Gambia's head of state. And Sumana Isonyasi was at the press conference, and this is his report.
Despite its historical significance, April 24th has never been marked in the Gambia with a national commemoration, though the date marks when the country gained complete sovereignty from Britain and a Gambian for the first time became head of state. In marking this year's Republic Day, Honorable Halifa Sallah renewed his call for April 24th to be given the respect it deserves, saying that the date is equal to or more important than the widely celebrated Independence Day, February 18th.
As we commemorate this day without any state celebration or fanfare, each individual Gambian, or severally, ought to ask this fundamental question: where are we? And how are we to carve a path to a better Gambia? That is why we are having this conversation with you today.
Expanding on the significance of April 24th, Honorable Sallah says one must understand how it ushered in the end of the British monarch's executive authority or representation in our country's governance structure. Speaking on other related matters, he says his party's development program best suits the country's development needs, adding that his party can properly address the current challenges and opportunities to enhance the lives and livelihoods of Gambians.
Is this our destiny? That is the question we are here to ask. We are convinced that we can eradicate that dichotomy that plunge the vast majority of our people into the abyss of abject poverty.
The day deserves more national attention, says Honorable Sida Jata, another stalwart of Doi Party, because, he says, without the attainment of Republican status, the Gambia would not be enjoying self-determination. It was on April 24, 1970, that the first Prime Minister of the Gambia, Sir Dawda Kairaba Jawara, was sworn in as the first President of the First Republic of the Gambia. But symbolic dates aside, as important as they are, Honorable Halifa Sallah raises the question on how far the country has come since that fateful day on 24 April 1970. Ansman Esonyasi for KTV News.
Interesting. Now, moving on with the project supporting cross-border cooperation to increase community resilience and social cohesion in the Gambia and Senegal, phasing out in June, members of the project steering committee from both countries gathered in Banjul on Tuesday to assess the implementation and achievements of this particular project. Aliou Cisse has the rest of that story.
This project, 2021-2024, is funded by the United Nations Peace Building Fund at a tune of $3.8 million and jointly implemented by the International Organization for Migration, IOM, the Gambia and Senegal, and the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO. Its main objectives include addressing the cause of instability and conflict in the border communities of the Gambia and Senegal, which include weak border management practices, failing mistrust between border authorities and communities. In this context, IOM, in coordination with the Gambia Minister of Interior, Gambia Immigration Department and the National Border Management Commission in Senegal, established an interinstitutional cross-border coordination committee at the level of the 4 land border posts between Senegal and the Gambia. Targeted by the project, namely Jiboro Seliti, Dasilame Touba Tranquil, Missira Senoba, and Tabanding Pata. With the project closing in June 2024, the steering committee members are meeting in Banjul for the final convergence to review the progress made, celebrate achievements registered, identify some of the challenges encountered, and map out the way forward. Salimata Toure, Secretary General and Head of the Civil Service of the Gambia, is also the current co-chair of the project steering committee.
As we already know, the geographical nature of our countries present many challenges. Nascent border management practices, which may fuel mistrust, between border authorities and communities, rising transnational organized crimes such as smuggling of migrants, arms, timber, and drugs, as well as trafficking in persons.
The establishment of the Cross-Border Interinstitutional Coordination Committee will strengthen the institutional, technical, and operational capacity of the services present at the borders and increase their cooperation, coordination, and regular exchange of information to increase security. Mandisa Masulugu, the UN resident coordinator in the Gambia, said the project has further built a strong foundation on cooperation through the interagency border coordination meetings, dialogues, and the social mobilization activities implemented in all the project intervention areas.
The PBF projects, including this cross-border initiative, which aims to bring authorities and communities together, are catalytic and can attract additional resources to transform and support communities, the economy, and the environment.
Some of the project's interventions anchored on the needs of the beneficiary communities include training on conflict resolution techniques, raising awareness through national community forums and cross-border community forum. It also provided furniture at 12 border posts in Senegal and the Gambia. To enhance cross-border natural resources management through community-based participatory approach, 35,000 seedlings were planted and locals trained on good governance of forest and how to handle conflict and disaster in forest. However, some of the challenges include late recruitment of project staff and delayed delivery of goods and services. Co-chair Vice Admiral Umar Wat, representative of the Chief of Staff of the President of Senegal, and Dr. Mariam John, Director of Coordination, Department of Strategic Policy and Delivery, respectively, said the meeting marks a pivotal moment in their collective efforts towards fostering peace and stability across borders of the Gambia and Senegal. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cissé.
Also, a 3-day program to enhance border control posts and enhance the capacity of security officials in integrated border management in the Gambia ended in the North Bank region. Don Williams was there for us.
A few months after a foundation stone was laid for the construction of a border post and 3 vehicles handed over to border management officials, training is now being provided for some of the personnel to meet international standards in control and movement at our entry and exit border posts. Participant Usainu Chare, Customs Sub-Officer, said he was happy and assured the trainers, DCAF, that they will fully implement what they had learned on the course.
I thank DCAF for their wonderful initiative to help in building and uplifting our capacities as enforcement officers at the border. The insights gained from this training, I assure DCAF and all the moderators that it will be operationalized at the border.
Dembo Samate, the Deputy Governor of NBR, commended participants and DCAF for their commitment.
Your commitment to enhance the border security and fostering interagency collaboration is commendable and reflects a shared dedication to the safety and prosperity of our region. I would like to express my gratitude to DCAF in collaboration with the leadership of Gambia Immigration Department for spreading these initiatives. The commitment to capacity building and professional development within our borders is a clear manifestation to your passion to promote the reform agenda of the Gambia government under the leadership of His Excellency President Adama Barrow.
Sanakani, the North Bank Region's Deputy Commissioner of Immigration and a participant, spoke of the importance of such training and how it would benefit individuals in Senegal and the Gambia.
This program is very important for us to enable us to manage our border good and effective and efficiently. This is a program, when implemented, is going to benefit between Gambia and Senegal so that people crossing the border will be faster, effective, and very good.
The IBM training covered a wide range of topics including intra-service and intra-agency cooperation, migration and human rights, and the engagement of the media and border community. Mark Lynch, Senior Border Management Advisor, in closing, throws light on some possible next steps.
I've mentioned that we are in negotiations with the Swiss government for a new 3-year project, and we hope to go a long way with you on a journey to operationalise IBM, to make sure it synergises with CBM, with the work that's being done on the National Coordination Mechanism on migration, to make sure no training is wasted, no money is wasted, everything is synergised and coordinated.
The overall objective of the training is to help improve the efficiency, management, command and accountability of the security sector, more specifically the Gambia Police Force, GPF, and Gambia Immigration Department, GID. Don Williams, QTV News for Rafeni.
Much needed initiative there. Now let's shift our attention to health, as a consultation on patient and healthcare provider perceptions of inhaled medications for asthma care in the Gambia was held on Tuesday to help improve asthma care in the Gambia. More in this report. Asthma is a chronic lung disease affecting people of all ages. It is caused by inflammation and muscle tightening around the airways, which makes it harder to breathe. Asthma affected an estimated 262 million people in 2019 and caused 455,000 deaths globally. According to the latest WHO data published in 2020, asthma deaths in Gambia reached 134, or 1.04% of total deaths. The age-adjusted death rate is 15.88 per 100,000 of population. Healthcare provider and patient relationship gap, access and availability of inhalers identified as one of the major setbacks in the asthma care in Gambia. Here is consultation facilitator Dr. Shami Yaya Soria.
And what's very clear in the Gambia is that asthma seems to be under-recognised and quite a low priority. So I think it's a really important area to do this work, because there's a lot of work to be done to try and improve things for asthma patients here.
Awareness raising at community level remains a major component to reduce the myths and stigma associated with asthma in some settings. Dr. Bintunjai from MRC Gambia is part of the participants in the consultation.
I have to admit my asthma knowledge myself. I feel like it's a bit I can improve, and I feel like that's a reflection on a lot of healthcare workers. So yeah, asthma needs a bit more attention, and that's why I'm here.
So, what is the way forward to improving asthma care in the Gambia with limited access and availability of asthma care in the Gambia?
Even in mild asthmatics, consistent use of an inhaled corticosteroid, so that's the pump, but it has a steroid in it, it's not the blue one, improves asthma and asthma care. So you can halve death rates and you can reduce hospital admissions by a third if you put patients on that inhaled corticosteroid. And GINA now have put that in their global international guidance as a first line of treatment for asthmatics, so even mild asthmatics.
In commemorating World Asthma Day 2024, which falls on the 7th of May, the Global Initiative for Asthma has selected the theme Asthma Education Empowers. The Global Initiative for Asthma emphasizes the need to empower people with asthma with the appropriate education to manage their disease and to recognize when to seek medical help. Reporting for QTV News, I am Jennifer Sonko. A much needed consultation there. Before we end this news bulletin, let's recap our main headlines. This week on Tuesday, senior officials from the OIC member countries have begun a 2-day preparatory meeting ahead of the 15th OIC summit in the Gambia. As the Gambia prepares to host the 15th OIC summit in the Gambia, Gambia's Foreign Affairs Minister Honorable Dr. Mamadou Tangara held a bilateral meeting with the Qatari ambassador to the Gambia, His Excellency Mohammed Ali Salim Al-Kawari. The Gambia on Wednesday joins the rest of the world to commemorate International Labour Day at the Makati Square in Banjul. At a press conference on Tuesday, the party Secretary General of DOI, Honorable Halifa Sallah, denounced the fact that Gambia does not celebrate April 24th, also known as Republic Day. Members of the project supporting cross-border cooperation to increase community resilience and social cohesion in the Gambia and Senegal Steering Committee gathered in the country to assess the progress of the implementation and achievements. Well, that is all we have time for in this edition of QTV News. Join us at 10 p.m. for another bulletin, but do not forget to tune in for an interesting episode of Youth Dialogue, specifically focusing on the OIC Summit. Thanks for watching.